Hey guys, Manny back here with another video on the CascadeScents Fragrance Station, and this is my fragrance haul video for the month of September. Now, September is typically a big month for me fragrance-wise because I love transition seasons. So of course, with fall getting started this month, I'm definitely going to pick up fragrances that are very reminiscent of this season. And I actually had to rush to get other fragrances too that would otherwise be gone by October this month. And the fragrances that I'm talking about specifically here are Chanel's Les Exclusifs in the Eau de Toilette concentration. They're of course getting reformulated into the Eau de Parfum concentration with the exception of Bois, which is already Eau de Parfum. So we don't know if some of these masterpieces are going to be the same. I know they're just upping the concentration, but who knows, it could be different. On top of that, the price is going up significantly, so I might as well pick them up cheaper at the Eau de Toilette concentration right now. And we might as well get started with talking about the first one I got this month, and here it is. It's 31 Rue Cambon. Now, to my knowledge, this is actually the last 31 Rue Cambon in the 200ml presentation in all of my country of Canada, so I'm so happy that I was able to pick this one up. Of course, with its name, it pays homage to the address of Coco Chanel in Paris. And yes, this is of course the site of the store there that still stands today. Now, I'm actually a huge fan of Jacques Polge's concepts that honor the past but make it kind of contemporary, and you exactly get that here. It's a cheaper fragrance, of course, with the IFRA regulations on oak moss. You don't have any of that here, but you kind of replace that with the iris, and it's really cool. Yes, the iris is kind of the star of the show here, which otherwise might have been the oak moss, but it's a kind of iris that I'd recommend taking a look at if you're not looking for something that's overly lipsticky like the kind you find in the Dior Homme stuff. So yeah, for iris lovers looking for something that isn't Dior Homme nowadays, check this one out, 31 Rue Cambon. Next up from the Les Exclusifs, we have 1932, but for the sake of this video, I will say 1932. And of course, 1932 pays homage to the year 1932 in which Coco Chanel debuted a bunch of jewelry, and apparently it was awesome. And in my opinion, this stuff is awesome. I love how pretty it is with all of these florals and citrus florals. Again, like 31 Rue Cambon, it does pay homage to the past, but it's very contemporary at the same time. It does not come off old ladyish to me whatsoever. And actually, I think it's kind of a more modern, youthful floral if that's what you're into. So yeah, if you're largely into floral fragrances, 1932 or 1932 is something you definitely have to check out. And the last fragrance that I picked up from Les Exclusifs de Chanel is right here, it's Bois des Iles. Now, Bois des Iles is one of those legendary sandalwoods that people talk about. Of course, this is a take from the 1926 Ernest Beau creation, and I still think that whatever we have here is pretty good. Standard Chanel DNA with a citrus floral aldehydic opening into a floral heart into whatever sandalwood is in this base, and it is amazing. We're talking a high quality, authentic sandalwood, and it doesn't get much better than that. Sandalwood's also been very generous with my skin chemistry, so I get nearly 8 hours of longevity with this, which is fine with me. So yeah, for sandalwood lovers out there, definitely check out Bois des Iles, this classic take on sandalwood if you haven't yet. Now moving on to a different private collection, we're talking La Collection Privée from Christian Dior, and here's the first one I'm talking about, it is Bois d'Argent. Now, a lot of people say that Bois d'Argent is kind of a precursor to the Dior Homme line, and I cannot disagree. We're kind of talking the Dior Homme DNA, but more myrrh and woody driven. I actually really love the more resinous feel of this scent, and yes, the Dior Homme lines are marketed as masculine, and yes, this one is marketed as unisex, but I actually find this fragrance to be more masculine than the Dior Homme stuff. The reason I feel that way is because this to me does not smell like lipstick. So if you're into iris and don't want something as kind of throwback as 31 Rue Cambon and you're not looking for something that is as lipsticky as the Dior Homme line, definitely give this a shot. It is Bois d'Argent by La Collection Privée Christian Dior. Now moving on to the other La Collection Privée fragrance that I picked up from Christian Dior, it is Gris Montaigne. Now this stuff actually smells like a gray mountain, believe it or not, which is super cool. The rose comes off as so fresh, as if it's like a rose that's growing on a mountaintop or something like that. And I feel like I'm a mile high when I am smelling this. It's a very safe yet flattering approach to rose. I think it's awesome. I've actually had a few friends who don't like rose or florals in their fragrance smell this, and they actually were taken aback by it. So yeah, if you like the scent of rose but don't want something too stuffy, definitely check out Gris Montaigne. Probably the most versatile rose that I've ever smelled. Moving on, we're going to get less mainstream now, talking État Libre d'Orange, and here we go, it's Like This. Now this is actually Tilda Swinton's signature scent, and it was actually done in collaboration with her, and I think she and État Libre d'Orange kind of nailed it because I can smell this and actually think of her now. She obviously has gingery qualities, but she has an edge to her, and I'd say that's what you get out of this fragrance. You have pumpkin, immortelle, ginger. It's just a really cool contemporary take on, I guess, fall fragrance. Actually, when the Immortelle starts to die off towards the base, you have this coffee-like scent in the background, and it's very reminiscent of a pumpkin spice latte, which I think is really cool. So if you want to experiment with pumpkin for the first time or are into a pumpkin spice latte kind of vibe, definitely check out Like This by Tilda Swinton and État Libre d'Orange. And last but not least, I got these fragrances courtesy of the people at FLUR.com, and I'm so happy that they send me these. Here's the first one. This is Greylocke. Now you guys know I really love green fragrances, and this is the epitome of that. It is truly like I'm in a forest with this one. All I can think of when I smell something like this is walking into a forest in like the middle of Canada and just seeing all these pine trees tower over me, and it's just so refreshing, and it just makes me want to feel like I'm outdoors. So if you guys are into that too and like transition scent seasons like spring and want something bona fide for that, definitely check out Greylocke by FLUR. And last but not least, also by FLUR, here it is, it's Hanami. Now Hanami is also a sandalwood scent, but it's a little too sweet for me. Opening to heart, it's primarily driven by that fig and the hazelnut, believe it or not. And it almost gives off a candyish vibe, which I can't really do, but I'm happy to have tried it anyway, and that's why it's on this list. And now I know there's sweet fragrance lovers out there who will appreciate some of this, and I think you'll appreciate the beautiful sandalwood that it transitions into as well. So there it is, Hanami by FLUR. And there it is, guys. Thank you for watching my fragrance haul for the month of September. It was a big one. Now, if I can pick one that would be my favorite throughout this month, kind of hard to do it on scent alone, so I kind of have to go to the next criteria, which is feedback and versatility. And I think this one right here bodies all of the other ones that I picked when it comes to those categories. Now, I can just picture myself using Gris Montaigne a lot during the fall and the spring months. Again, I think it's one of the most versatile roses out there for both men and women, which I think is really cool. It's just such a refreshing take on rose and patchouli, and I can't help but love it that much. So Gris Montaigne for the win. What was your favorite fragrance throughout this fragrance haul? And also tell me what you guys have been wearing or have picked up throughout the month of September. I look forward to seeing that stuff in the comments, and hopefully I'll respond to you ASAP. And if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel and thumbs this video up if you want to see more great fragrance content. Until next time, guys, thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye. Oh, wow. That is refreshing. I am definitely loving this. Holy crap, because you guys know I prefer green fragrances over almost anything.